What were some of the struggles that you dealt with when you were going into being a comic artist and a filmmaker?
Okay. Well, I mean, imposter syndrome kicks in big time. I think I can speak, but in a way, that's kind of a good thing because I think imposter syndrome keeps you in that state of always wanting to do better.
Hmm.
Um, it's a bad thing though if imposter syndrome talks you out of doing anything. Like if I said, oh, I don't know if I can draw because I'll never be as good as like George Perez, for example. And I think, well, that's an awful attitude to have because no, I will never be as good as George Perez. At the same time, I can be my own person. I don't even really draw like him, to begin with. And I think that's I guess the struggle for identity, realizing who you are as an artist, not just what you have to say, but how you want to say it is equally as important.
Hmm.
And the struggle, I think when we're kids, we've got it all figured out. We are, I think, far more intelligent people as kids. Then, unfortunately, you hit adolescence and adulthood, and you have all these figures telling you how you should be.
Hmm.
And if it's a trusted source, you believe that. But then it's like, I think that if you lose who you are, and everybody goes through this phase, like I'm never going to show anybody anything I created in junior high or high school. I can't even say, oh, it was full of angst. I'm like, no, it just sucked. But a struggle I had is looking for validation from other people, as if to say like, yes, this is a good idea, proceed with this one. And I've come to realize that like if you do a design if you come up with a story, let's just say a story, either film or comic, but by a committee, it's going to suffer because it may not be what's in your heart.
Hmm.
And like if you have your friends saying, "Oh, I think you should do this," you have a teacher or mentor figure saying, "Oh, you need to do this," and you try to split the difference. Nobody's really happy, least of all you. And I struggled a lot with that in a lot of my early work. The few bits of it that work, that actually are successful to me were the ones where I stuck to my guns. And I don't want this to come across as me saying, oh, I always knew better. Because, I didn't. But I'm just saying, I know the parts that made me the happiest working on it. And I think that that translates on screen or on the page.